Cancer, hi, welcome back to my channel, the Divine Daughter Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. And for those of you who have liked my channel, it really means a lot. You have no idea. I started off, I think about 2 weeks back now, and started off with just some two, three followers, which happens to be my mom, dad, my husband, and now it's gone up to until I think 63 maybe. So yeah, I mean, even that one subscription, it makes a lot of difference, and even if I can bring that difference in one person's life, it means a lot to me. Well, that being said, so let's begin. Gemini, did I say Gemini? No, Cancer. So I'm going to do your August love reading. Okay, I said Gemini, so you could be dealing with a Gemini. Okay, let me know. So Cancer, let's see what's in store for you when it comes to love in the month of August. I'm going to use this deck here to pull out the main cards. I'm going to go week by week. All right, and I'm going to use this Rider-Waite deck to clarify it further. All right, so let's begin. What's going on, Cancer? What have you been doing lately? Tell me. So please note that these readings are going to be general and it may or may not resonate with anyone. Roles can be reversed, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't try to force fit the reading, okay? Alright, so spirits, what does my Cancer need to know in the month of August, for the first week of August? What does my collective Cancer need to know for the first week of August? Let's see, we have the Chariot. Okay. We have the Hangman in the reverse. And we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So the first week I see you guys taking there's some movement here, okay? There's some progress here. And with the Hangman in reverse, I see you, it's giving me like a mixed message. There's progress, but then there's also, stalling, this lack of control. Okay, and then with the Page of Swords in the reverse, you could be dealing with somebody here who is at a distance. Okay, let's see. For the second week, what do we have here, spirits? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. And we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Sorry, in the upright. Okay. So in the second week, for some of you, I see that you are waiting. Okay, you're seen in the waiting energy with the Four of Wands in the reverse. I see that there's no commitment, or there's no celebration, commitment. That family feeling is not coming from some relationship that you're in right now. Okay, there is there's a lot of disharmony and unhappiness here is what I'm seeing. Okay, when it comes to your relationship, and you seem to be waiting here. You seem to be I can see you waiting here. And with the Queen of Swords, I also see that towards the end of the second week, you could be having a very direct communication with someone, okay, where you're like saying enough is enough, not thinking emotionally, that sort of a vibe. I'll clarify this further. Okay, I'm going to dive deeper into these messages. What do we have for the third week here for Cancer, spirits? We have the Lovers. We have the Lovers. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Okay. And towards the end, that's the last week of August, we have the Death in the reverse. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. Okay. There's some sort of the overall energy, if you see, there's some sort of a secret, there's some sort of silence that's there throughout this reading here, that's going to be there throughout this month. There's some sort of a misunderstanding, silence, secrets. Okay, so tell me if this resonates after you know, go through the entire reading. All right, Cancer. Now let's clarify. See, for the first week, what I'm getting here is with the Chariot, the Hangman in the reverse, and the Page of Swords. I clearly told you that there's some sort of a moment probably you're expecting, but at the same time, there's some sort of a stalled energy is also that I'm getting. Okay, whether you have to go or no, whether you have to move or no, whether that person will come or no, whether you have to take the initiative, or whether they will take the initiative. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, there could be this person on your mind could be at a distance. There's no communication happening here. Okay, um, yeah. And in the second week, I see you waiting for this person probably to come back, for the message to come back, some sort of a communication contact. But I don't see that. There's a lot of there's no stability here. Okay, in the second week, I don't see there being any stability, any sort of harmony. There's lack of peace and happiness. There's some sort of an imbalance in your relationship is what I'm seeing here. Okay, towards the end of the second week, I see with the Queen of Swords, you are just being very direct. You're probably telling this person that, okay, I've waited enough, I don't really want to take this anymore, I don't want to be in this waiting energy. Okay, because see, clearly with the Seven of Pentacles, you seem to be waiting. Okay, and with the Queen of Swords, I think you're telling this person that I don't want to wait anymore, enough is enough, I'm done waiting. So if you have something stable, something solid, come back to me with it. If not, let's just see what we do next. Okay, in the third week, I see there being Lovers. Okay, I'm also seeing that there is a Eight of Pentacles here, and I see there being a Four of Swords here. Okay, so with the Lovers, with the Eight of Pentacles, and with the Four of Swords, I see that there's a choice to be made, there's a decision to be made, and I feel that you are deciding to heal from this situation, whatever was keeping you very, in an uncomfortable situation. I don't see you having sleepless nights or feeling betrayed anywhere, but I definitely see you taking things in your own hand and being direct. And I think you're just emotionally, I think you seem to be very strong here. Okay, you're just setting clear boundaries, saying that, okay, this is what I want. If you can bring this on the table, then well and good. If not, I'm just going to part ways. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from you, which is really cool, Cancer. Okay, so you have a decision to be made in the third week clearly here. Okay, but I see that you uh, taking a decision of working towards your goal. Maybe you're mastering some skills that you have recently started working on. But I see overall you putting efforts towards your happiness, what makes you happy here. Okay, and you're healing from this whatever happened in the second week. Towards the last week, I see Death in the reverse, which means somewhere I feel, you're feeling stuck. um, you know there is some sort of a past resentment that is there here with the Five of Swords in the reverse. Okay, maybe you have that desire somewhere that, okay, should I make this approach again, should I just approach this person, should I just reconcile. So there's a desire to reconcile here. Okay, and with the Ace of Pentacles here, I think somewhere towards the end of the week, you feel like forgiving this person and wanting to have a new beginning. Okay, see, bottom of the deck also here we have Eight of Cups in the reverse, which means you're kind of feeling stuck. Probably with the Queen of Swords here, where you were very rude or direct. I wouldn't say rude, but you were very direct in your communication. Maybe you feel that you shouldn't have been so direct. Maybe you feel that, okay, let me give this another thought. Let me this time think a little bit more emotionally. I don't know what's going on, Cancer. You tell me. But anyway, let me clarify this for you now. Spirits, why do we have the Chariot here? I love doing these readings for you. I really love doing these readings for you. So, these things take so much effort. I did not know that. I mean, a lot of time goes into doing this. Okay, this card had to flip out. We have Ten of Swords for the Chariot, and then we have Five of Wands, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. See, there's some major disagreement, conflict that has left you feeling betrayed, okay, because of which you want to move on. Yeah, I see there is some, strong moving on energy here. There was a relationship, this relationship was not giving you any stability. I see that there was no long-term plan here. There was only conflicts, disagreements, tensions I'm seeing here. Okay, now clarify the Hangman in the reverse, spirits. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Star. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I think, because you have pulled back your energy now, Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with an Aries. Okay, Star is an Aquarius, you could be dealing with an Aquarius here. With the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, see, for the Hangman in the reverse, right, it's more like you're feeling stuck, right? So I feel you're hoping that they could have been, you know, a more emotionally fulfilling relationship here, because there was no emotional fulfillment here. I think, that is why I feel you had to take yourself out from this. Yeah, Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who is not passionate, not wanting to give to this, not feeling confident about this person or this relationship here. Okay, somebody who is you could also be dealing, if the roles are reversed, you could also be dealing with somebody who is gossiping about you, who is jealous about your progress, maybe in some ways. Okay, with the Page of Swords in reverse, this person could be keeping an eye out on you, on social media platforms. That's what I'm getting here. Page of Swords in the reverse, spirits. Why do we have the Page of Swords here in the reverse? We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, this is I think you wanting to, I'm getting mixed signs here, Cancer. Okay, I'm getting some mixed signs here. Yeah, with the Page of Cups, I feel that this person might come to you with some sort of a communication towards the end of the first week. Okay, towards the end of the first week. Yeah, this person probably, whoever is talking, whoever is keeping a track of you, they're trying to give it another shot. Okay, they're trying to come out of that. Even they are not in a good place, let me tell you that. Okay, don't think that it's just you, it's also them. I see here having sleepless nights and feeling very traumatic, and this something that's leaving them in despair. Okay, this whole situation, and I see them coming out of that, or trying to heal from that situation, and wanting to have a new beginning. And with the Page of Cups here, I feel that they might make an attempt here to come towards you and give you some sort of an apology here, some sort of a small message. Don't expect it to be like a huge lengthy conversation or anything, but I see them coming to you with maybe a text message, because it's a page. So a small text message, or they might even like your photograph, or they just gonna give you some sign that, okay, I am here. They just want you to remember them. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here in the towards the end of the first week. All right, now spirits, clarify this Seven of Pentacles here. We have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Judgment in the reverse. All right. Yeah, so you're waiting. You seem to be in a waiting energy, and I see that it's kind of building up stress now here. Okay, because you see you have the Hierophant in the reverse, where you're not getting any sort of a commitment from this person. Okay, with the Ten of Wands here, I see that stress is getting built here. Okay, and here with the Judgment in the reverse, I think you're kind of feeling that there's no point in having a new beginning here. Okay, because with the Page, I don't think this person is doing a lot. Okay, with the Page of Cups there, I don't think this person is doing a lot. They're not getting any commitment, or they're not giving you anything solid here, because of which I feel you're feeling very stressed. Okay, why do we have the Four of Wands in the reverse? We have the King, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, very slow progress, the Hangman, and the Empress. Now this person, I feel that even though they start off like they want to come and approach you, have a new beginning and all of that, but I think it falls flat towards the mid of second week, because I see that again this person is, having their own thoughts whether they have to come or no. They are like, not seeing things from a the right perspective. Okay, it looks like they're very they're in that stagnancy sort of a situation, and they look at you as empress. They look at you as somebody who is doing well, who is, independent. For some of you, with the empress here, I mean, if you were in a marriage, okay, here what I'm seeing is that for some of you, you could even be pregnant here. Okay, yeah, this person, could have been that in and out sort of a person here. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting here. Let's see, what do we have for the Queen of Swords? Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords, for the Queen of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, which clearly tells me that you are very exhausted here. Okay, you're drained. You have weighed all the pros and cons. You have given this multiple chances, and now you don't have what it takes to again trust this person. Okay, and with the Three of Swords in the reverse, you feel that you are healing. Okay, because of whatever has happened. I see you healing, but you don't want to trust this person anymore. Yeah, even if they come with any new offers, I feel that you don't want to trust this person anymore. You don't want to, you're like almost on the verge of giving up towards the end of the second week. Why do we have the Lovers here, spirits? We have the King of Pentacles. So Lovers is also a card of choice. Okay, it's not just about two people falling in love, it's also a card of choice. So we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Magician in the reverse. So there is a major choice that you need to make here. Okay, Cancer, you have yeah, I see that. Yeah. So I see that you are looking for stability right now. Okay, you have to decide. With the Magician in reverse, I see that there's some blockage here. Okay, there's some sort of a blockage here. I'm seeing that you're finding it really hard, difficult to manifest things, or you feel it that way. Okay, and you're very exhausted. Even when you're healing, you're finding it really hard to heal. All right, but I see that you're manifesting, or you want to manifest stability here. That's the choice you're making here. Okay, to manifest stability. Now, why do we have the Eight of Pentacles here? Oh, we have the Devil. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Four of Wands. Now, towards the mid of the third week, I feel that you're drawn to this person. Okay, there's something that's keeping you tied to this person. It can be thoughts, it can be, probably you were codependent on this person. Okay, maybe so for some of you, you could have been, married to this person. With the Four of Wands, for some of you, you could have been married to this person. All right, and now you somehow somewhere feel probably that you have to let down your guards. Okay, with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, I think you want to let down your guards. You want to work on this relationship. Hmm. Or for some of you, it can also be that you are um, you are addicted, or you're obsessed with this person because you've been in a very um, close relationship with them, or could be in marriage with them. You could have been married to them, but now you feel that you need to just guard yourself, like put up those guards, and it's like you're tired of giving to this relationship, and now you're focusing on yourself. That's the vibe I'm getting for some of you. Okay, I'm actually feeling very stressed doing this reading here, Cancer, so you might be going through a lot of stress here. Okay, why do we have the Four of Swords in the reverse? And I've got Four of Swords twice in this reading. Okay, just in this third week alone, I've got it twice. So third week is going to be a little difficult for you here, I feel, Cancer, where you're wanting to heal but you're finding it hard to heal. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay, see, these are the cards where you get this feeling of wanting to give that person another chance, wanting to sometimes, forgive that person, you know thinking of reconciling with this person. And that's only because of this devil here. Okay, now does this person really want that? That you need to think. We also have the World, and we have the Ace of Swords. So there's some sort of a truth or some sort of a clarity that gets revealed to you, okay, in the end of the third week. um so I think with the World here, there is some new chapter that's opening for you. All right, there's some new portal, new chapter that you want to experience, that you're going to experience because of this truth that gets revealed. See, we have the Page of Swords again in reverse. I think this person, even though they're not probably in touch with you, they're definitely keeping a tab of you online, somewhere from the distance. Why do we have the Death in reverse here? We have the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're feeling stuck, you don't know, you're juggling, you're kind of indecisive, you don't know which way to go. Okay, but I think with the Death in reverse, you're feeling stuck. Yeah, this person could have cut you off from their life, or you probably have deciding to, cut this person off your life. And with the Queen of Cups here, it looks like this is a card where, you're giving to yourself, you're being nurturing, caring. All right, so let me just clarify the other two cards, and then I'll be able to give you a more accurate reading here. Okay, why do we have the Five of Swords? See, Five of Swords also, you got it twice. Why do we have the Five of Swords here, spirits? We have the King of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And lastly, why do we have the Ace of Pentacles? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. It looks like, you're feeling very overprotective about yourself. You're kind of guarding yourself from not being cheated again, from not feeling betrayed again. Okay, for the Death in reverse, we have the King of Swords in reverse, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So you're being very indecisive, you don't know which way to go. Okay, and I see that you start the week by giving to yourself. I think you're just making your point very clear to this person that for now you don't want to do anything with this. Okay, yeah, in the mid of the last week, I see that even though you have that urge to whether you have to reconcile with this person or no, I see you being, again, not sure of which way to go, what to decide, whether you have to give to this person or no. Okay, you're seen in that energy, because I see that with the Knight of Wands in reverse here, I feel that this person is somebody who has been in and out of your relationship. You feel that this person is somebody who is very, carrying this player like energy. Okay, who's not being very committed to you in this relationship. Okay, so with the King of Wands here, I think you're stepping in, you're leveling up, and you're taking things in your own hands. Okay, you want to take decisions right now. You're more like, okay, now enough of relying on this person, let me take things in my own hand. And now I think you've started seeing things for what it is. I see that you're putting back that spirits, your spirit high. You're just keeping your spirits high. You're just wanting to um, explore, I wouldn't say options, but you're just trying to be more strong. Okay, just you're trying to see things in a more clearer way. I mean, this card is also a card where somebody knows what they're doing. Okay, and they're sure of what they're doing. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting here. For the Ace of Pentacles, I have Seven of Pentacles here. Okay, you see that investing in this person is a waste of time. okay, because you just keep giving and giving and giving, and then you, what do you get? You look at that, see those bushes there, you have about 6 pentacles there, and there's just one that's come out. So you, whatever you sow is more than what you reap here. Okay, so you're giving a lot and lot and lot in this relationship with this person, and you're not getting anything out of it, and all you're getting is you're feeling left out in the cold. You know, this person is leaving you abandoned. And but now in this case, a person with 5 of swords here, where you were defeated, where this person, you know, cheated on you, where you felt defeated, right now I see you coming out of that cold, feeling left out, you know, in the cold energy. Okay, I feel that you're coming out of that energy, and I see you wanting to, with the Ace of Pentacles here, I see you wanting to have a new beginning. Okay, now whether you're going to want to have a new beginning with this person or with somebody new, that is something which you will have to tell me in the comments, Cancer. But I see that you definitely are trying to move on from this situation. Okay, move on from the situation for the good. Okay, so let me just summarize this reading for you. All right, so the first week I see that there's been a lot of conflicts, this relationship where, you know, there's a lot of fights, there's a lot of betrayal, there was no commitment, you know. And then I see this person wanting to come back to you, which is, you know, I mean, even they are not in the right frame of mind, I see in the first week. Okay, there is some sort of a hope which they have, and they might come back to you with a message, but nothing major happening there, not no lot of conversations happening there. And in the second week I see that even though they come and make that attempt in the last towards the end of the first week, I don't see a major commitment coming from their end. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety burden here. Okay, and towards the mid of the second week I see this person still contemplating whether they have to make the move or no, and there's not much of movement happening. Towards the end of the second week I see you healing from a heartbreak and wanting to um, have some sort of a new beginning, but you're feeling exhausted again. Okay, towards the beginning of the third week I see that you're healing, you're trying hard to heal, you want to focus on the stability, and you feel drawn to this person. Okay, with the devil there's some sort of codependency. Like I said, for some of you, you could be married to this person, and for some of you, you might want to have the marriage or commitment, but right now I see you on the verge of giving up on this person because they're not making any major move towards you. Okay, towards the end of the third week I see there is some sort of a realization, some sort of a clarity that kicks in. Either this person comes and talks to you, there's some sort of a communication, maybe a truth that gets revealed, and then you decide that okay, this is not happening. You try to give to yourself more, um, but you're very indecisive again, not sure which way to go. And then I see that again towards the end of mid of the last week I see you feel that this person is not somebody that you would want to be with, because they're just going to be in and out of the relationship, someone who is not going to give you any sort of a commitment here. Okay, they've just been playing around, wasting your time, not doing anything, so you decide to take things in your own hands with the King of Wands here. Okay, and yeah, and towards the end of the last week I think you're healing, you're coming out of that abandonment, you're coming out of this feeling left out in the cold sort of a vibe. You know now what things are, what you know that putting effort in this relationship is of no use. Okay, you feel very defeated and cheated, and then you decide to move on. So this is what we have for you here, Cancer, in the month of August. Okay, oof, that was one hell of a reading. All right, let me know in the comments, let me know if this reading resonated. Okay, I'll be happy to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't really liked my page, please go ahead and hit that bell icon and subscribe, because it means a lot to me. All right, I love doing these readings for you and for the other signs, so it gives me some sort of a happiness, I can't tell you, but it's so my grandfather used to do this, so I just grew up watching him do these for the other people around him, and then that kind of fascinated me. And then I started learning more and more and more, and now I'm ending up doing this for you all. But I enjoy doing it. Okay, no regrets, no complaints. All right, so let me know in the comments, Cancer. Let me know. Okay, let me know if this resonated. I'll be very happy to know and hear your stories. I'm here for you, just know that. Okay, and for personal readings you can always write to me at divinedaughtertarot@gmail.com. All right, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you soon in my next reading. Thank you.